If you take a close look at the ones who opposed Jesus, like the Pharisees and the Sadducees, the scribes, Jesus had many enemies out there. You see, first of all, you see their lack of faith. They didn't trust him. You also see like they have a hard time understanding and grasping his identity, especially his identity as the Messiah and his identity as the beloved Son of God the Father. They had a hard time with that. You also see how, they often, the Pharisees, Sadducees, and all those groups, they often bickered amongst themselves. Who's the greatest? That type of thing. Or they're always trying to seek honor. And from that, you also see a lot of jealousy among them. You also see how they abandoned Jesus at the cross. Wait, I made a mistake. I said Pharisees, Sadducees. I made a mistake. I was talking about the apostles. I don't know what Jesus' requirements were for apostleship. As we hear in the gospel, Jesus went up to the mountain to pray. He spent the night in prayer to God. And he comes down and chooses from the disciples 12 that he calls apostles. And as you read the name, and as I just gave you the description of their lives during the ministry of Jesus, I quite frankly don't know what the requirements were to be an apostle. That's left up to the mysterious will of God, because certainly holiness and virtue was not one of them. And we hear, again, we hear is a mystery. We were given nothing in terms of like who these people are. We just know from their own words how much of flawed individuals they were. It's amazing of how their lives changed when you read the Acts of the Apostles and you see how their lives ended. And you have to wonder, well, what changed? And I always like to argue, well, what changed was the appearance of the risen and resurrected Christ to them, and also the gift of the Holy Spirit that he promised them. But notice the change in themselves wasn't like them. It wasn't like, we have to be better and we have to do this and this. The change was fueled and started. The foundation of the change is in the grace of God. And it's in the relationship. And so God has chosen you too. He has called you. And it's not because you're the most holiest or virtuous. It's not because of your looks. So you're all beautiful people. Okay? He didn't choose you because of your good looks. He just chose you because he wants you to be his beloved son, beloved daughter. He wants you to be part of the family of the Holy Trinity. And it's going to be his power and his power alone that's going to give you the graces, the virtues to live out the life of discipleship. Take the pressure off yourself and turn, especially during this month of adoration every day. Turn to the Eucharist. Turn to the God that says, this is my body, which is given up for you. This is my very life for you. Accept it, receive it, and let his power transform you. May God bless you.